The starter home was perfect when you bought it, but life changes. Maybe you've added kids to the family. Maybe you're working from home now and you need an actual office. Maybe you're just tired of hearing your neighbors through the wall. Hi, I'm Owen, and today we're talking about exactly how families make that move from their current house up into their next home, including a financing myth that's keeping most people stuck when they don't need to be. So if you've been wondering how you can actually make a move from here to there, stick with me. We are the Schwaegerle real estate team. We are a husband and wife real estate brokerage on the Central Coast. And every week we put out new content about the Central Coast real estate market and strategies to help you make your next move. So if you're looking to learn and grow, please like and subscribe to our channel so you can get access to future content. Okay, now here's why this all matters. Many of you have built serious equity over the last several years, which means you probably have more options than you think. The question we hear constantly is, how do we move up into our next home? And just like downsizing, the answer depends on your finances, your timeline, and your comfort level. So let's go through 5 strategies in the move up process that we walk through all the time. So number 1, buy first, then sell. You find your next home, you buy it, and you move in on your own timeline. Then once you're settled, you sell the home you're leaving. This tends to be one of the least stressful ways to move up. No temporary housing, no moving twice, and it gives you time to actually prepare your current home to sell for top dollar instead of rushing it onto the market. It's also just easier on your family, especially if you've got kids in the mix. The trade-off is need to qualify for both homes at the same time, even though it's temporary. And you'll want some reserves set aside for cash to carry 2 payments for a bit. But for a lot of buyers, this makes a smoother transition for them. Okay, option 2 is one we talk about constantly because we genuinely believe it and we practice it. Buy first and keep your current house and turn it into a rental. Here's the thinking behind this. A lot of you have mortgage rates right now that you are probably never going to see again. If you sell, that rate disappears. But if you keep it, that property and the rent coming in helps you build wealth through appreciation, and the tenant will be paying down your loan and you'll have cash flow. Some of our clients use a HELOC or home equity line of credit to access a portion of their equity and use that as a down payment on their next home. So you're not necessarily coming up with brand new cash to make this move happen. The trade-off is you need to qualify for both properties. And being a landlord is a real responsibility. But if the numbers work, this is one of the most powerful ways to build wealth long-term while still upgrading your life today. Okay, strategy 3 is the traditional move-up approach. You sell and buy at the same time. Your current home sells and you purchase your next home right around the same time. They're contingent. The upside is you access your equity immediately and you're not carrying 2 homes. But I'll be honest with you. Coordinating 2 major transactions at once creates real pressure. Timing has to line up. Financing has to line up. Closing dates have to line up. Plenty of families make this work every year. It just takes careful planning and clear communication with everyone involved, and you're totally protected with our contingencies we use. All right, here's number 4. Sell first and negotiate a rent back. You sell your current home, but you negotiate to stay in the property for an extended period of time. This gives you certainty. You know how much equity you have to work with on your new purchase, and the cash is sitting in the bank already, and it gives you time to shop without rushing. It also puts you in a stronger negotiating position as a buyer because you're not walking in with a contingent offer. The trade-off is a rent back is temporary and you still need a real plan for where you're headed next. All right, number 5. And this is the sell first and find temporary housing. This gives you the most buying power and the strongest negotiating position of any of these 5 options. You sell, you move into temporary housing, and then you go shop for your next home with cash in hand and no contingencies. That means you're not competing against other offers that depend on a sale falling through. It's not the most convenient option, however, because you have to move twice and that's kind of annoying, but it is going to give you more equity and negotiating power. All right, so here's that financing myth that I really want you to pay attention to, because this is a misconception that stops people from moving more than anything else. We hear it all the time. We can't move up because we don't have enough for a 20% down payment. That's just not true for most buyers anymore. FHA financing can get qualified buyers into a home with as little as 3.5% down. Conventional financing can go as low as 5% down for a lot of buyers, which honestly surprises most people. There's also something called an 80-10-10 structure. That's an 80% first mortgage, a 10% second mortgage or HELOC, and a 10% down payment. It can help you avoid mortgage insurance while keeping cash out of pocket at closing. And if you need to access equity from your current home before it actually sells, bridge loans and HELOCs can give you that flexibility too. The point is this: if the only thing holding you back is the assumption that you need 20% down, that assumption might be wrong for your situation. It's worth a conversation before you rule anything out. Now, why families are moving up, what we're seeing, it's all kinds of reasons, but really growing families who need more space, remote workers who need an actual home office, people who want a bigger yard, more privacy, or a better school district. We're seeing a lot of multi-generational households, families coming together right now, or families who need to leave a condo or townhome behind for something detached or with more space. And here's something worth thinking about. Yes, rates are higher than they were a few years ago, but waiting indefinitely means you might end up competing with more buyers down the line if rates do come down and demand picks back up. In a lot of cases, getting to the right home and the right lifestyle matters more than trying to perfectly time the market. So that's a lot to take in. There was 5 strategies, 3 of our financing paths, and we've only scratched the surface. That's why we built a free guide that walks through everything we just covered in a lot more detail. All 5 upsizing strategies, the financing breakdown, including those low down payment options, and a simple way to figure out which path actually fits your family. It's completely free. Grab it using the link in the description or find it on our website. No pressure, no pitch. We just answer this question constantly, so we wanted you to have a place where you could go and get it and walk through it at your own pace. Every family's situation is different. Some of you are best served buying first. Some of you might benefit from keeping your house as an investment, and some of you may need the certainty of selling before you buy. The important thing is understanding all your options before you make a decision. Not just one path everyone assumes is the only way. If you're thinking about making a move and you're not sure which of these fits your family, that's exactly the kind of conversation we love having. No pressure, no pitch. Just your numbers and options laid out clearly. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.